Oh, keep
All
playing music.
right.
I'm just playing.
Welcome, one and all. Welcome, one and all. Greetings, greetings, greetings to what is this? Our fourth episode, the remix episode of the Six Man.
25.
So look, I'm gonna go ahead and and take this heat. So I'm gonna let the fellas just go ahead and rag on me because I screwed up with this. Was supposed to come out Sunday. I screwed up. So I'm gonna let them go ahead and tell you before we get started. Go ahead and let me have it.
Man,
Oh,
it's
now
all
ain't nobody
good.
got nothing to say.
It's all good. I mean, we recognize that Central don't have too much of an IT department and hitting it record.
Ooh.
But we still love you, Hack. You my guy, man, for sure. All the way down. Noted.
Woo! Boy, I tell you, that was bad. That was bad. So for our viewers, I just want you all to know that first we are sponsored by Dacateer Express. Um, he's Tony Romo in disguise. Scooby Doo 52 fake out at a theater near you. All that good stuff.
Me and Jawan Howard coming to see you. Keep disrespecting.
But we did a podcast on Sunday, and it was awesome. And we got to the end, and I looked up and realized that I had not pressed record. So we did it all for nothing. and so I have been catching heat for the past few days. So and they're probably gonna let me have it during the podcast. So you all pray for me. But these are some good brothers because we are coming to you all on a weeknight, which we typically cannot do because we have so much going on in our lives. So I appreciate you all so much. Rod, who will be being sponsored by?
Today's sponsor is Willie Earl's Man with Sandwich and Massage Therapy. This week's guest masseuse is the Reverend Dr. T.D. Jakes. He will be performing the Philadelphia special, the Tush Push.
Swallow.
Have you been swallowed?
Woo! All right, people. All right. Well, look, we go we're gonna jump right in once again. Introductions. I'm D Hack. I'm gonna pass it over to Rod.
Yeah. Hey, what's up, y'all, man? This is Rod. What's going on?
This is Kevin. What's going on? Speedy, what you?
Keith Speedy Torrance.
Yeah, ain't working tonight.
I thought I was gonna go to Kobe, but nah. Absolutely. You said it. Keith Speedy Torrance. You said it for me, homie.
What's up? It's easy.
Hey, man, peace and salutations. This is Big Co, better known as the IT guy who didn't go to Central, who knows how to hit record on the platform, also known as Podcast Security. Shouts out to our 23 subscribers. We appreciate the fact that you are tuning in with us. Thank you so much for the feedback. Please keep hitting us up with comments and suggestions. We want the show to be awesome. We appreciate you and love you. Thank you.
So I have allowed Kobe, who's my big brother, to clown my university twice. Now, I know we got some Rams on here, so I'm gonna leave that alone because it's about 10 people to go to that school, but it's okay. So we're gonna leave that right there. So, and we look 10 people, and we got like 4 of them on this podcast. So that's what it is. And so it's almost half is represented here. So, but anyway,
I don't want
but
that
no, but no, seriously. Thank you all for tuning in. We're gonna jump right into this. And we're gonna talk about NFL free agency and the winners and losers. Of course, we're gonna talk about our Cowboys and how we feel about them, but first we're gonna talk about who won free agency. So, fellas, who won free agency? Who were the winners in free agency?
The Eagles. Dog, the Eagles spending money like it's an after Christmas sale. You know how after Christmas, everything like 50% off? Man, Eagles bought out half of Macy's, bro. They got everything.
Hey, are the Eagles winners or they just satisfying their fan base?
No.
Or they satisfying their fan base?
No,
That's a
bro.
good question.
They're not satisfying their fan base. They are.
I mean,
all in.
I think they did. I mean, I think they did okay, but I'm not. I mean, with the people that added, I mean, it puts no fear in my heart. I mean, they added.
No, go
Go
ahead.
ahead.
I'm sorry.
I
I'm not gonna put
mean,
no fear in my heart, but you got to look. They were aggressive. They were aggressive. The Steelers were aggressive, and the Bears were aggressive in free agency.
all right, let's go. Let's go back. Let's go back to the Eagles. I mean, they added Saquon Barkley. I mean, all of us know on here that Saquon is injury prone. I mean, through his career, I mean, he has 5,211 yards rushing. He came in what 2018. They had DeAndre Swift. I mean, what's the difference between DeAndre Swift, I mean, who's a younger cat, and Saquon Barkley, I mean, who was injury prone? All right, they bring in Bryce Huff. I mean, last year he had 29 tackles, 10 sacks. I mean, that's his best year ever. But before that, I mean, he had 36 tackles, 7.5 sacks in 3 years. And then they bring in C.J. Garner-Johnson. He played with him before. He was at Detroit. He's coming back. I think he's probably a great addition to that secondary. And then they bring in Devin White. So something has to be going on with Devin White. I mean, Todd Bowles, no defense. And he was benched the last couple of games. So something got to be going on with him. So is the Eagles pleasing their fan base, or did they really pick up some good free agents?
I feel like they picked up some good free agents. I mean, I would take Devin White
right now.
Without question, I would take Devin White. Sometimes as a player, you just fall out of favor. And it has nothing to do with your talent on the field. He could. We're not in the locker room, so we don't know what's going on behind the scenes. So, what it comes to is what he brings on the field. And the Cowboys, let's be honest, we need linebackers. That would have been a perfect addition to the Cowboys.
So I guess the question really is, and Speedy, that was great insight. I guess the question really is, did Saquon or the addition of Devin White take them over the top? Is that what do you think that's what they needed to make them a Super Bowl contender again, or do you think they still have problems?
If you look at the overall landscape of the NFC, you got Philly, you got San Fran. So does adding those two players allow them to beat San Fran? I don't know. When you say put them over the top to be a Super Bowl contender, but they're already a Super Bowl contender because they're in the NFC. So I'm not sure puts them over the top.
We lost
another team we got to discuss. Huh?
I said we lost you there for a minute, Rod.
Yeah, my phone was ringing.
Oh, okay.
Another team we got to discuss in free agency. Discuss in free agency on the Chiefs, man. They didn't do an awful lot, but hey, man, they added Hollywood Brown and they added Mike Williams. So if Mike Williams is healthy, they go Patrick Mahomes, Kels, and another kid, Rashee Rice. You got to look at the Chiefs. So it's everybody's chasing the Chiefs right now. Did the Eagles do enough to do that? I'm not sure, but I'll take Saquon right now on the Cowboys. I'll take Devin White on the Cowboys right now. So they made some good moves. So I'm not going to sit here and say that they're just pacifying the fan base. I think they won free agency.
All right. I guess a different question would be, and then we'll transition to another team. I guess the question would be, are they better than Detroit?
No,
because we're not talking about Detroit. So like we're a better coached half away from Detroit being in the Super Bowl rather than San Francisco. So the question is, because they are relevant, so we have to start talking about them when we're talking about the NFC. So are they better? Did those acquisitions make them better than Detroit?
On paper, yes, but I will take Dan Campbell over Nick Sirianni any day. Nick Sirianni gets in his own way. And I feel like part of the reason the Eagles didn't go back to the Super Bowl, they lost their offensive coordinator and their defensive coordinator. And Nick Sirianni was, I mean, you go from losing the Super Bowl to your fan base wanting you fired within 1 year.
That's Eagles fans, though.
Yeah.
Eagles fans are different. I'm in a group with them. They different. Yeah, they different.
say they different.
Yeah, they different.
So okay. So what about? Let's talk about another winner, the Steelers, another team that we love to hate.
Now I think they overall won free agency.
The Steelers. Okay.
Yeah, they did a great job.
I said Philly are winners in free agency, but overall, the Steelers won free agency. Overall, you got Patrick Queen, you got Russ, and I feel like if you keep Russ off his back and let him cook, and then you got the young boy Justin Fields who can sit, stay healthy, and learn behind Russ. With that defense they have, they went to the playoffs with 2 bum quarterbacks. Let's keep it a buck.
Here's why
they have a proven quarterback and a reliable backup, a future starter to go along with that defense. If they stay healthy, they could possibly be playing the Chiefs in the AFC Championship game next year.
Yeah, they also cleaned house with those headaches they had too.
Exactly.
So they did a great job during free agency.
I would say the reason why the Steelers are winners in free agency is because they are really doing a good job navigating the cap. I think the teams that are successful in the league either A, have an exceptional quarterback, or B, are really good at navigating the cap. They are basically paying their quarterback $7 million for this season. So they're paying Russ league minimum, like 1.2, whatever that is. And they're paying Justin Fields. He's still technically on his rookie deal. And they gave up a 6th-round pick for him. So they can reallocate that money that you would normally pay a quarterback to the other parts of their defense. They bring in a great player in Queen. He's probably my favorite free agent. And so I think they're really doing a really good job with their team building, because if Russ doesn't work out, if he's done, you still got a young player behind him that you can groom. And then you can still go out next year and get in the free agent market again and look for another QB to come in if Fields isn't ready. So I think they have set themselves up really well for the future.
Yeah, they have what's his name? Najee Harris, pretty good back. So I mean, they're going to be pretty tough.
Najee has no vision.
Well,
I mean, I'm still a hater, so y'all can talk all. I hate the Steelers. Yeah,
Anybody.
I hate the Steelers.
That boy's a dog, man. Come on now.
Like anybody, bro.
and they got a
I
bag.
don't. No. Najee Harris, he don't have no vision. Oh, you say what you want to, no vision.
Back that we have, we don't have a back.
He runs downhill though.
I give him that. You gotta run downhill when you don't have no vision. When you Trent Richardson the third.
Yeah. You are harsh.
So Tomlin, I think this goes to Tomlin's genius again. Being able to pull in a veteran like Russell Wilson, and then essentially having Justin Fields fall in his lap, because Kenny Pickett decided that he didn't like the Russ pick, and he told them he wanted out of Pittsburgh. So I'm trying to think, what Kool-Aid are you drinking to the point where you think you are that good that you can complain to an organization about an acquisition because you feel like you should be starting, and you get traded to Philly, where you're probably never going to see the field?
Well, Kenny Pickett got a lot of people in their fan base blowing him up and giving him false information. And I'll just leave it at that.
He's a hometown boy, right? He's from there,
Yeah,
right?
he's from
He's
Pittsburgh.
from
Yeah.
He's from
Pittsburgh.
there.
He's from
And
Pittsburgh.
there's
Yeah.
a lot of Pittsburgh fans that want in
He
here.
played at Pitt.
Uh,
Yeah.
Yeah, I know he played at Pitt, but I wasn't sure if he was from the area.
Is he from Pittsburgh? I know he played at Pittsburgh. I know he played at Pitt, but is he from that area?
Who knows?
I know. Well, either way, like by him playing at Pitt and then being drafted in the first round by the Steelers, that whole, I feel like it's a sense of entitlement. So
Yeah, a lot of pressure.
and
a lot of pressure.
like Kobe said, people in his ear, hey dog, you number one. Like they bringing Russ in, that's disrespectful. And he got his wish. You know what I'm saying?
No, he's from Jersey. He's from Jersey. He went to Pittsburgh, so he's a Jersey boy.
Oh yeah.
Look
So
at our correct research staff.
hey, look. I'm trying to tell you, Kev is a stat guy.
I don't know. I was
yeah.
impressed with Speedy. He was rattling
Speedy
all.
on it,
He
though.
was
Rattling the
on
ball.
it. I was like,
Speedy got somebody
hey,
in
you
there.
Hey, you can really tell Speedy had his stats ready too. He over there reading the stats and everything. I said, "Oh boy, that man been studying. He's been studying."
Oh,
It's a different monitor up.
You
I
know,
mean,
our man ain't got no job. He can look up stats.
hey, Coach. I do listen, Coach.
Hey,
You
look, I
did
love
say
it.
that. You said
Hey, I love it. I love it.
What else you
So-
got on that sheet, man?
you get ready to find out, home.
Adam
So
Shefty.
look, so the last winner that we're gonna talk about, and then we'll move on to the loser. I ain't gonna talk about losers. The loser, the Bears. The Bears did a lot to prepare for Caleb Williams. Dan Orlovsky makes bold and crazy statements, said that this may be the best setup for a drafting a quarterback in the history of the NFL. I don't know about all of that, but they set him up nice. They took care of him far better than they ever did Justin Fields. So what do we think the Bears are going to do with what they have? I think they finished the year strong last year.
Yeah, they had a good free agency. I don't think they'll be a playoff team. You might be able to get to the playoffs with a rookie quarterback, but I think they did enough to put talent around him. I don't have.
So who did who did they get? They picked up. Who did they pick up?
Keenan
they-
Allen, right?
they
They got Keenan Allen, right?
Keenan
Yeah,
Allen.
Keenan Allen,
Keenan Allen.
DeAndre Swift.
Oh, they picked up Swift?
Yeah.
Oh,
they
yeah.
picked up Swift.
Swift's a good back, man. I like Swift.
Yeah.
They
I like
re-signed the cornerback Jalen
Johnson.
Johnson,
He's good.
Yeah, he is.
and there was
player.
somebody else that they acquired too.
So who did they get from Washington? Who did they get from Washington mid-season?
The defensive end.
Yeah.
Montez Sweat.
Sweat, yeah. So that defense was already pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
So I think they made improvements on defense. They made improvements on offense. Speedy, I'm with you. I love Swift, man. When we were talking about free agent backs a few weeks ago, Swift was the guy I wanted. Like I wanted Swift. I didn't want Saquon and all that. Swift was that guy.
You didn't
So
want Zach Moss?
We didn't.
Zach Moss.
Zach Moss. We couldn't. Boy, that's a perfect segue. Perfect segue into the loser of this all. The star, the organization we love to hate sometimes. Boy, were we the monumental loser. We didn't want to pay Zach Hawkins. Not Zach Hawkins. That's my boy, Zach Moss.
Zach Moss.
I say Zach Moss. Zach Hawkins is my frat brother. What am I talking about? Zach
We didn't want to
Moss.
sign the Bros at all.
Look, they want to sign the brothers at all. No. So Zach Moss wanted $4 million a year. We couldn't. We said we're not paying Zach Moss $4 million.
I
No,
didn't
that's
know
Dude.
who he
no,
was
no,
until
no,
y'all
no, no,
told me
no.
who he was.
That's not what we said. We said his asking price is too high. That's what we
His,
said.
yeah, his asking price is too high. 4 million was too was too
4 million
high.
too much. 4 million too much.
Was
You
too
Zach
much.
Moss.
Too
Zach
much.
Moss.
Hey, coach, while we on teams, I mean, I got to listen to these Atlanta Falcons fans every day.
Buddy.
But the Falcons, I think the Falcons did a great job in free agency. I mean, they got Kirk Cousins. I mean, we know he ain't won but one playoff games, but it seems like his teammates, wherever team he goes to, his teammates gravitate to him and they like him. They got Darnell Mooney. Hey, they got him from the Chicago Bears. He's a great receiver that a lot of people don't know about, but that kid can play. They got the tight end, the backup tight end for San Francisco, Charlie Warner. They got Ray McLeod, who's a wide receiver,
Who's a kick returner?
and a kick returner. And they got Rondale Moore from Arizona.
Okay.
So, I mean, the Falcons, they did okay. And then you got to add them two beasts they got in the backfield, Robinson and that Algier. Man, I love the hell Algier, man. That dude, now you talking about somebody run downhill? That kid runs downhill. Y'all seen when he was with the Panthers. He put the
No,
Panthers
we
on
didn't.
that back that year. Yeah.
Why would we ever watch the Panthers?
What's that?
Why would we ever watch the Panthers?
I like football, Rodney. I mean, I'm a football guy.
That's not football.
Yeah.
So did Atlanta do enough
I think
to make
coach,
themselves relevant?
I think they have to do a little bit more on the defensive side of the ball.
Mm.
I mean, they got Grady Jarrett and they got Jesse Bates and they got a good corner in AJ Terrell. But I think they need another defensive lineman and a backer.
Remember, they play in the weakest division in the league.
Exactly.
NFC South is not competitive.
That is true.
Bucks,
And didn't Tampa won the South 2 years in a row, haven't they?
Yeah.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Shouldn't Grady Jarrett be drawing Social Security?
Hey,
I tell you what,
he still can play.
He's got to be
Don't
67.
the Cowboys don't want to see him not ever again. Man,
Exactly.
He had 19 sacks in that game, didn't he?
Man.
Paid his grandkids college tuition with that game.
Oh my
God. Oh my God. So before we segue to the that team in Texas, and we're not talking about the Texans, is your boy going to be enough with one playoff win to take Atlanta over the top?
No.
I tell you what, I need his agent.
His agent is gangster.
Exactly.
Yeah, his agent is good.
Agent his agent is a menace, bro. All
real
that money
MVP.
he done made that dude. His
Yeah, the real
agent is
MVP.
a menace.
Yeah.
I mean, they have them two workhorses in the backfield, coach. I mean, I'll be a running team, play action. Hey,
He gives
as long as you do that, you in football games.
Not
Yeah.
gonna happen.
But
Not
you
gonna
know
happen.
what, Speedy? That's a great point. But how many of these NFL teams outcoach themselves?
Right.
We see that on paper, and we see, okay, this is a no-brainer. You run, play action to death. You got people running wide open for days, and then we get into these games, and these coaches just try to I guess they always trying to be the smartest person in the room, and they do dumb stuff, and then they want to sling the ball all over the place and get themselves in trouble. I wish Raheem Morris well. I want him to be successful. I think this is his time. I think he's gone through some growing pains, and I really want him to be successful. But is this the guy that's going to take them to the promised land? That is the question. Now, remind you, he has one playoff win. Dak has two. Romo had two.
Oh, whoa.
This guy has one. Just one. So is this the guy, or will he make or keep Atlanta relevant until they decide until he decides to retire or they get rid of him.
I don't know if he's the man. They'll win some games. They might make the playoffs. We play them. If they run against us, if we don't fix the run, those two backs will probably gash us all game. But I don't know. I'm kind of with Speedy. I think they need to do a little more on the defensive side.
But in that division, 9 games might get them in the playoffs.
That's true.
Yeah, easy.
Yeah, they definitely became relevant in the division.
Right.
In their division, they probably became the favorite. Just quiet as kept.
That division is so bad.
Yeah, they win the division. They get a home playoff game, and then anything can happen.
They play the Panthers twice, for God's sakes.
And you get a home game, I think you got a chance.
I mean, they play the Saints twice too. So
they play the Panthers and the Saints twice, for God's sakes.
Tampa Bay. Yep. And all in the same division.
Not impressed.
Baker just got paid though. I'm happy for Baker Mayfield.
Not impressed. Next.
Man.
That division's
so which leads us to us.
Dear God.
We need to sue the CEO, that guy. I'm not gonna say his name, and his son, Beavis and Butthead, Dumb and Dumber. Any duo that you want to come up with to call them, you can. This is, man, truly negligence and malpractice. To not do anything. What? I can't. I mean, fellas, I'll let y'all go ahead. I just can't. It's incredible the negligence on their part to say that they're all in, and I think they're all in on the rebuild because we had 5 holes we needed to fill with running back, linebacker, D line,
left tackle,
left tackle, center, and now all and quarterback.
My bad. My fault.
And all,
wide receiver number 2.
And all of our, but see, on top of all of that, all of our key pieces have been picked up. The Commanders, which we didn't even talk about in free agency, has picked up half of our team. Yeah. So now we have gaping holes all over the place. Are we expecting this big 3 to take us? We may not even make the playoffs next year.
We won't.
What big 3?
And what big 3 are you talking about?
I'm talking about
big 3.
Dak Prescott, CeeDee Lamb, and Michael Parsons.
And Dak.
Michael don't play offense.
I'm just talking about just 3 players. I am not talking about specifically one side of the ball.
Okay, so on offense we have number 4. Then we have Rico Dowdle that's gonna run it. We have Spoon Fork that's gonna catch it.
We got Jake Ferguson, man.
Ferguson.
Okay, we know who Jake is, but hey, come on, Spoon Fork. They got 3 catches last year.
Is that his name?
We got Hendershot too.
Shut up. Talking about.
So here's my thing. And this is just me playing devil's advocate.
Oh, God.
I really feel like Jerry is setting Dak up for failure.
So we ain't got to pay him?
Exactly. Because my thing is, you want how Kobe? How much does he want? Kobe, you the numbers guy. How much does Dak want with his extension?
Too much.
60 million
per year, right? 60 million per year.
He wants too much.
He said too much.
My thing is, Jerry's probably saying, okay, if you want 60 million a year, show me that you can put this team on your back and get us to the NFC Championship game. Minimum.
Season over. Not gonna happen.
I know that.
I think that's and I heard after listening to it, I might agree. I heard former Cowboy George Teague talk about what all in means. I think everybody's taking it as, well, we're going to go out, spend all this money free agency, get all these players. I think Jerry may be all in on the players that he
rebuild.
has, Dak, CD, Micah, saying, hey, Mark McCarthy, well, he's not a player but a coach. He's basically all in on the pieces that he already has.
Right.
And either going to put up or shut up.
So McCarthy has 1 year left on his deal, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes.
This is Dak's final season of that $40 million $40 million per year contract, correct?
Yep. I think
Yes.
I think Zimmer signed a 1 year
I
contract.
was going to say Zimmer signed a 1 year deal. Like they brought in Greg Ellis.
Right.
He signed like all the coaches that just came signed 1 year deals, if I'm not mistaken. So with that being said, I feel like Jerry is saying, if y'all don't get us here this year, I'm blowing this whole thing up.
It's already blown up.
Yeah, I don't.
Right.
I think he's decided to blow it up, and
I
this
think
is
he's
his
decided to blow it up
reaction.
without, like, yeah, this is what he's doing.
But
He's
on the
decided to blow it up, and this is his subtle way of blowing it up.
So you think he's setting the stage for Belichick?
Yes,
I pray
exactly.
he doesn't, but I think that's what he's
That's
trying
exactly
to do.
what he's doing.
That's his move. That's what he's
Mark
doing.
this down on
I
podcast
pray that
4.5 that
Yeah,
he is
that's what
blowing
he's
this
doing.
team up so that
Why
he
is
can
it-
bring in Belichick
Why
next
is it
year.
why is
and
it
a new
4.5, Kobe? Why is it
I-
4.5,
You know
Kobe?
what?
I
Central
told
got
you.
that-
I told you.
Central
I
got that
told
nice
y'all.
ball building. The liberal
Ghost
arts school,
kids.
man. Y'all gotta get some technology courses, man.
Ghost-
Windows
I
95.
kids.
told y'all,
Windows
ladies and gentlemen,
95.
I told y'all it was coming. It was
Eagles.
coming. I knew it was
Great
too good to
football
be true.
program, great basketball
Ghost
program.
cast.
We gotta invest in some IT
Even a great-
infrastructure. Central.
Hey, even a
Come
great
on,
law
man.
school.
Good
Even
law
a great
school.
law school over there.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Great
sir.
law school. Yeah. Hey, but I tell you what,
Willie
though.
Gary.
Hey,
Saw the
I
movie.
tell you
It was
what,
great.
though, boy. Hey, I tell you what, though. They can't
Hey,
find that
Hat.
red record button.
Hat,
Got to
I
be.
got
Who's
you.
up?
Where is
Hat,
it,
I
Rod?
got you.
Where's the
Huh?
record?
Hey man, I appreciate
Right
you, brother.
Right there.
I appreciate you.
Right.
I
Somebody call
appreciate
Juwan
you.
Howard.
It's like
These guys.
It's like
Juwan Howard likes to put his hands on everybody. Just got
Yeah.
fired. Just he wants to fight everybody.
Hey,
Belichick is not coming to the Cowboys.
I don't think.
Well,
I don't think he. I don't
No.
think he will because of the control aspect. Jerry Jones not gonna give him that much
Exactly.
control. He's not gonna give him
Belichick
that much
wants to
control.
have
He's
control
not.
just like Jerry does. So
He's not gonna do it.
that's not going to happen. Jerry is not giving up control.
Nope.
But I can see Jerry Jones pulling the trigger on Belichick just like he does with everyone else that he picks up that's past their prime.
It's a big name.
It's
a big name.
it's a splash, but it's the dude is past his prime, and you'll pick him up and you'll bring him in with the expectation, similar to what you had of Bill Parcells, and even at that time, the game had passed Bill Parcells by, and we were expecting big things, and so I don't see that being any different if that's the route he's gonna go. But right now, we're on a ship and we're taking on water, and I mean, and it's water coming in from everywhere, and they haven't done anything to stop it. It's continuing to flow, and there's no end in sight. Like, we're about to sink, and he'll find out. I mean, maybe this is what we need. Maybe we need to go 1-16 or 1-17 again, so the fan base can stop attending games. So someone in that organization can open their eyes and see that they need to actually do something to
Well,
make
how do you
this organization great.
How do you not open your eyes after that playoff win? I mean, how you got mollywopped in the playoffs?
Hey man, ego is a monster.
There it is.
No,
When you're not
we
humble,
all
humble,
watched that game.
that ego will point fingers in all different directions except the way it's supposed to point, and that's in the mirror. That
Bro,
ego.
Absolutely correct.
Hey, bro,
Absolutely correct.
Didn't Fat Mike after that game say we have a championship organization or championship something or other? He said.
Yeah, we have a championship culture, but
That's what he
not a Super Bowl culture, but we have a championship culture,
Right. Championship cultures get you curb stops.
which is the
and
dumbest
donkey
thing. The dumbest thing is about as
Right.
dumb as thing. Oh my
Right.
God.
I never liked him as a hire anyway.
Right.
So do you think
we
the
have a
game is
championship.
past
Game's
You
past
muted.
Fat
You
Mike.
muted yourself, Kev.
I'm sorry. Do you think the game is past Fat Mike?
Yes. To be honest, if you ask me, I'm like, yeah. I think he did a decent job calling the offense.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I think when it got down to us being creative and utilizing what we had, I think we had the same problem we had when Boy Wonder was there. Like you in key situations, you're not creative enough to get people the ball. I think sometimes we got down in the red zone and got too cute. Trying to do things, we were either too cute or too vanilla. And we didn't get it done. Like we didn't we how were we in terms of red zone efficiency last year?
Awful.
I don't think we were awful.
Yeah.
Ass.
I don't think he's a bad coach. I just don't think
Mhm.
it's a good fit. Like we need a culture builder. We
Mhm.
need somebody who can bring a winning culture so that if we get down in the playoffs, we know it's not over, right?
Mhm.
We have to understand that, football is a tough game. It's played by tough people that make tough plays. And it's not finesse. It's not basketball on grass. It's not, spreading the field 5 wides and all these intricate offensive plays. If we need to run the football, we need a head coach to say, you know what, we're going to run the football. We're going to play complementary football. We're going to punt. We're going to play good defense, play field position, control the clock, and win football games. And I think, McCarthy's a good play caller, but he doesn't build a football culture. And we refuse to bring somebody in because that person normally gets the spotlight. I think we've mentioned this before. And our leadership does not want the spotlight on our head coach. They want the spotlight.
We
Our leader,
finished last year 57.8.
in the red
12th.
zone?
Yeah, and it finished 12th.
Finished 12th. And see that
Yeah.
that makes us relevant. So now you can go back and say, hey, we weren't awful, we weren't the best, but 12th isn't bad in terms of the league. 32 teams, we were 12th. So there were 20 other teams that were worse than what we were. So, I mean, not worse, but you still had, you know what I mean? You just had a bunch of other teams that were worse. So, yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy.
I mean, my problem with McCarthy, I just don't think he uses his personnel, what we have. I mean, like Turpin. I mean, Turpin he can help us, but I don't think he used him enough. I just don't think he uses personnel well. I mean, but I do think he did. I would rather have him over Boy Wonder, though. I mean, because I was tired of them
That's true.
triple reverses on the goal line.
On the goal
I was
line.
tired of that.
Yeah.
Flea flickers on the
So-
5.
So Cole,
So I guess the question would be too, Pollard leaving.
what
I
about
don't think he was completely healthy.
I think it was mental. I think it was more mental with him than anything else.
because he broke his leg the playoff game against the 49ers.
Right.
Yep.
When you're running and cutting and stuff like that, it's hard for you to just like, even with time off, you can be completely healthy, but mentally you're not healthy.
Mm-hmm.
So it's always that little voice in the back of your head. If I make this cut, if I get hit the wrong way, is my leg gonna give? You know what I'm saying? So,
But you know what? He sure looked good. He sure looked good when he made that cut against the Dolphins when he should just ran to the pylon.
but that's towards the end of the season. But as the
my
season went on, like he started to like play better. But by the end, it was too late.
You missed it.
Yeah, it went over his head. It went over his head, Rodney. Yeah, it went over.
Run to the
It went over.
pylon.
Yeah.
Score a touchdown.
I get that. I was trying to ignore you. I know exactly because you just talked about it the other day. I remember that.
Jesus Christ, I won't miss him.
I mean, with Pollard, Pollard was the 12th leading rusher in the NFL. He had 1,005 yards, but I don't think 1,000 yard is the barrier now since they got 17 games.
17 games. That's what, 60 yards a game?
Yeah. So I don't think 1,000 yards.
Boy.
He just.
doing, man.
I think with. I think with.
Don't sleep on Speedy, man. He is totally.
I think with.
Hey man, that's that's that Winston education, dog. We can
I think with Pollard
math and press record buttons.
Yeah, I think with Pollard,
that's math.
He was best when he did have Zeke.
Don't say
because I think he was best when he had Zeke. When he became the so-called the man, then I think that there was a lot of pressure put on his shoulder. But I do like Rico though. I think Rico runs hard. Ain't that a Florida State guy?
Nope,
Rodney?
he's not.
He would have told us if it was. We would have.
You're right.
1,000 times.
So listen, Rico may get his chance this year to shine because word on the street is they trying to bring Zeke back. So I don't know, man. Rico.
I don't think Zeke coming. I don't think Zeke coming back.
Jesus Christ!
He wants to come back. Zeke wants to come back.
People in
they might as well.
I think to your point, Speedy, I think Pollard, when you don't have that pressure, like all the pressure was on Zeke when Zeke was here. So if Zeke didn't perform, Pollard could come in and just do his thing, and what ended up happening is exactly what happened. Pollard would come in, make explosive plays, and leave everyone saying, why isn't he playing more? Why aren't we doing more with him? And so when Zeke leaves, now, like you said, it's all the pressure's on him. So now it's, hey, brother, you not coming in to do mop-up duty. You got to come in and actually play. And I think his injury was in his head, and I don't think he really couldn't get into the flow of things. And then I think subsequently that hurt us offensively because when he couldn't get going, then we had to depend on Dak throwing more, and then it just snowballed. It just snowballed. Then it became we're depending on him to throw for 300 or 400 yards a game.
So I have a question about Dak. So with his extension, if he gets an extension, so once again, Kobe, you're the numbers guy. If the Cowboys don't extend him, what does that mean, cap wise?
That means
nothing. He walks.
Yeah, he just walks.
No, I understand he walks, but there's like
dead
we
money.
Get dead. It's dead money.
I think it's $36 million, isn't it?
I think it is.
I think it's like $36 million in dead money.
But if you don't extend him, then we can't sign free agents or this year's draft picks.
That's right.
So
we can sign this year's draft picks because it's a different pool of money, but it's not free agents. We can't sign.
Mm-hmm.
So
which has hurt us now.
Yeah, so means we'll have
all those holes in free agency because you need 5 starters right now.
But Dak did some reconstructive on his contract this week.
No, the Cowboys just converted his signing bonus and freed up about $4 million.
So that brings down the cap hit when he leaves next year.
So that $40 million helps. Yeah, that helps.
Jesus if he doesn't get an extension, he walks, and Jerry has to eat that money.
Yum.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which he's willing to do. Apparently,
I think he should because there's a capable quarterback sitting right behind Dak, and I would love to see what he does.
That's what he's
he can do what with it? He can do what?
He can spin that thing.
He can spin it.
Well, he can't.
Trey Lance.
He can't do no worse. That's for sure.
No, sir. He can't.
Because there we go. That's another one. He can't do no worse. He hit us in the first podcast. Said, "I'm tired of Dak." I'm just gonna say I'm tired of him. I'm trying to tell you, if you were tired of Dak, then you should have been tired of Romo, because they were the same person.
And this is about where we end the show, right?
Hey, look.
No. We got one more thing.
No, you're gonna stop. You're gonna put some respect on Romo's name, bro.
Oh my God!
We're actually recording now, so
if
Are you
Romo
sure?
had
Are you sure?
if Romo had this team, man, listen. No. Wait. Go back to the year when he messed up his back when Dak took over. If Romo had that team, man, listen, there'd be some problems.
Romo had that team, and we lost to Green Bay off the catch. We lost that game.
No, we lost that because of DeMarco
Guess
Murray.
what? Guess what?
And DeMarco Murray fumbled it. That's why we lost.
If a if was a fifth, we'd all be drunk.
No, we wouldn't.
He,
Me and Eric would be,
he did not catch the ball according to the rules at that time. They went back and reversed it. But hey, is this the same guy that fumbled the snap in Seattle?
It was raining.
It was a new ball. It was a kicker ball.
Who started he started the trend then. He fumbled the ball in Seattle.
It was raining and it was a kicker's ball.
Okay.
My thing is, I wouldn't have hired Mike McCarthy off the strength of him reversing that call against the Cowboys when he was in Green Bay. I wouldn't have hired him.
So transitioning from bad quarterbacks, Romo, to this year's and last little thing we're going to talk about, this year's draft class. Fellas, we talked about this in the original podcast and I forgot to record, so I clown myself on this one. This year's quarterback draft class, like I said before, I say it again.
Don't you do it.
I think it's the most overrated draft class out there. I don't like this draft class. And I definitely would not be drafting Caleb Williams first. But I can tell you who the sleeper is. The sleeper.
Come on, man.
J. McCarthy, baby, is the sleeper. I'm telling y'all right now, he's the sleeper quarterback in that draft. Y'all believe? Okay, you ain't gotta believe me. He is the sleeper. I'm trying to tell you. He survived Juwan Howard coming after him, like he went after so many others, and he lived to tell about it. I'm trying to tell you, this man is going to be the sleeper of that draft class, that quarterback draft class. Trust me when I tell you.
He is not.
I don't know, Hack. All he did was hand the ball off. They literally ran the ball.
Why y'all hating on JJ? Like
Ohio State.
What game was it?
I think it was Ohio State. Wasn't it? Or Penn State? They literally did not.
Penn State. It was Penn State. It was Penn State.
Hand the ball off.
They didn't throw one pass the second half of the game against Penn
Come
State.
on, man.
32 straight runs.
Okay, so let me ask you a question. The inquiring minds want to know, who was the quarterback for the national champion this year?
JJ McCarthy.
JJ McCarthy. When you needed a pass, when they needed a pass against Bama late in the game, who threw the pass? It wasn't Blake Corum. It wasn't Blake Corum.
No, because they don't play quarterback. No, because they don't play quarterback. They could have thrown one better than McCarthy.
They could have had Pat Fitzgerald at quarterback.
Jim Harbaugh. Hey,
go ahead, touchdown.
You all can hate all you want to. Jim Harbaugh does a great job with quarterbacks. He's a quarterback whisperer. And I'm trying to tell you, this kid is NFL ready more so than the other ones is there.
You say Jim Harbaugh is a quarterback whisperer?
Yes.
Who's another one?
What? Hold up, stop. What?
Colin Kaepernick.
What Michigan quarterback that has played under Harbaugh is in the league right now, starting?
I don't know.
You open the door. I'm gonna walk in.
What was that sound you just made?
You trying to look? Juwan Howard.
Come on now, stand on business. You said
no. Seriously. Now, when I say he's a quarterback whisperer, I'm talking about his history of working with quarterbacks. I ain't say it all worked out. Like every quarterback he's had in Michigan hadn't been great. McCarthy has been the best one.
And you see what he's doing? Backpedaling.
That ain't backpedaling. I'm not backpedaling. I know. I can't answer your question because there is no other quarterback in Michigan other than McCarthy that's been great. That's not backpedaling. That's answering your question. That's being truthful. You asked a great question that I could not answer.
Hey,
My question was,
that's not true. That's not true, Coach.
in the league right now.
Who is game one, Speedy?
I mean, he didn't coach him, but hey, the GOAT went to Michigan. The GOAT went to Michigan.
Yes, that is true. That is true.
Hey, cue the music. Cue the music.
That is true. That is true.
Cue the music.
His name is Tom Brady.
Play the outro. Play the outro. Play the outro. Jesus Christ.
Man,
And Jim Harbaugh went to Michigan himself.
yo, change
Exactly.
What?
Go blue.
changing the subject.
So did Antoine Joe Bear. So what are we doing now?
Boy, you went back on that one. You went back on that one. Yes, you did.
God.
Joe Bear was.
I think he
It's
played
like-
for Ron Howard. I don't know.
Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, thank you all for tuning in. Thank you all for tuning in. But I will say, we,
Tar Heels, baby.
hey, look, survive in advance. We want to know, baby. We want to know. So, state plays tonight.
Is that a Michigan State shirt?
Yes, it is. Yes, it
Juwan
is.
Howard, tell this come on, man.
Juwan Howard. So state plays tonight at what, 9:40?
Let's
Yeah,
get
so
it.
state plays night. The state is gonna realize it's no longer the ACC tournament. Them 5 for 5 days. Look, they just had a great 30 for 30 story though. That whole week, that's a 30 for 30 right there.
If we could just play Carolina 5 more times in the tournament.
The week that was.
Calm down.
the week that was.
It's
I'm a
83
Carolina
all
fan.
over
NC
again.
State is going to the Sweet 16.
Oh my God.
So you say NC State's going to the Sweet 16.
No,
All right, so we
JJ McCarthy. We talking about the
feed that
pack in the
big
Sweet
boy.
16.
so now we're gonna play the music. Now we're gonna cue the music. We're gonna cue the music. We're gonna cue the music.
Cue the music.
Ladies and gentlemen, we appreciate y'all once again. We've been sponsored by the Dacateer Express, who is Tony Romo in disguise. He was a bum. Until next time, we will see y'all when we see you. Peace out. Peace and hair grease to everybody.
No.